Why am I such a loser? Why me, God? Why is everyone else happy but me? If this sounds familiar, congratulations. You're one step closer to cracking the code of self-pity. This book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, by Manson, will turn your self-inflicted misery into tools of power. It's about how to suffer better. Yes, really. It's about learning to laugh through the tears, not because everything is fine, but because, and here comes the first bombshell, it never will be. Now get ready for the second bombshell. You are not special. That's right. Forget what your parents told you, your teachers, your Instagram followers, or the self-help gurus with their fake smiles and shiny promises. No, the sun does not rise every day to revolve around you. You're not entitled to anything in this world. Your life's miserable, you say. Sorry, millions have suffered before you, and millions will suffer the same after you. There's no such thing as a personal problem. It's just normal everyday life. And newsflash, life owes you nothing. Instead of comparing yourself to Christ being nailed to the cross, maybe start asking what you owe the world instead of the other way around. Before you think life is yours to quit, maybe ask if you've actually fulfilled your responsibilities. But what about your struggles? Yeah, as I told you earlier, nothing unique there. So, have you done your due, or are you still too busy thinking that you're the main character here? And here is the third bombshell for you. You suffer because you're normal, unless and until you're a psychopath who has no empathy and no remorse either. Suffering is just part of the deal called life. Rich or poor, healthy or sick, alone or surrounded by friends, everyone suffers. Sorry to burst your bubble, but it's the truth. It's not personal, it's not unique, and your Instagram feed is lying to you. Ever seen someone who looks like they're having the time of their life online? Here's a little secret from Frederick Backman's Anxious People. If they were truly that happy, they wouldn't be wasting time posting about it. Real joy isn't found in photo ops. It's lived, not curated. So stop comparing your behind the scenes to their highlight reel. Our ancestors struggled to survive wild animals, disease, and the elements. You're stressed about what to binge on Netflix. Not exactly the same stakes. But here's the catch. Humans need problems to solve, so now we invent them. Then there's social media, the most contagious epidemic since COVID-19. At least in the old days, you could drift away from people once you left school or a job. Now their happiness is crammed down your throat daily. It's like trying to enjoy your salad while everyone else is devouring a buffet. And before you know it, you're stuck in the pit of comparison. Your once average, happy life suddenly seems inadequate, and you're left wondering where it all went wrong. Spoiler alert, it didn't. We often forget to question the reality behind the perfect smiles we see in photos. These people aren't from another world. They're humans just like us, facing their own mix of good, bad, and ugly. But no one showcases their struggles or failures. Do you? So stop comparing yourself and feeling bad. Now here's where it gets fun. Enter the feedback loop from hell. Picture this. You're on a diet, killing it at the gym, and boom, something upsets you. What's the cure? Chips, cookies. You eat the whole bag, and guilt hits. That guilt? It raises your stress levels. Stress leads to more cravings, more eating, and then more guilt, and the cycle repeats. Stress, eat, guilt, stress, eat, guilt. A vicious loop from which there's no escape. Welcome to the club. We're all members. Manson introduces the concept of Alan Watts's The Backwards Law. The more you chase something, the more you realize you're lacking it. Want success? That means you're not successful now. Want happiness? You're not happy now. But here's the trick. Focus on the grind, not the goal. Don't chase rewards, suffer well. Want better grades? Study harder. Don't beg for extra marks. Want a better job? Start learning new skills. Want a better body? Put in the work at the gym. You can't escape suffering, but you can decide to suffer for something worthwhile. Because here's the thing, not giving a fuck doesn't mean you don't care about anything. It means you care about fewer things, things that truly matter. Stop stressing about Instagram likes or why someone ghosted you. Start caring about what actually affects your life and well-being. Manson says that success isn't about asking, what do you want? But instead, what pain are you willing to endure? Instead of just focusing on reaching the top, consider if you're ready to handle the hard climb. He believes who you are is shaped by what you're willing to struggle for. It's not just about willpower or courage. You need to enjoy the climb, because that's where you'll spend most of your time. Once you reach the top, new challenges will always follow. Everyone wants happiness, but no one wants to struggle for it. Here's a reality check. Finding happiness depends on how well you handle the inevitable negative experiences. You've got to embrace the struggle, not just the rewards. Want to climb a mountain? Stop dreaming about the view and start hiking. You get your dream job? Cool. Now welcome to the grind of 6 a.m. alarms, long hours, and navigating office politics. Find your soulmate? Great. Now get ready to work for that happy ending. Life doesn't stop challenging you because you've checked off a milestone. Quit complaining. Struggles are part of the human package. Pain teaches you not to repeat mistakes. Emotional pain makes you wiser. Don't despise pain. It's your teacher in disguise. And if you don't appreciate it, you'll be fooled by fleeting pleasures. Your emotions? They lie. Just because something feels bad doesn't mean it's bad for you. Studying sucks, but it's good for you. Hitting the gym sucks, but it's good for you. On the flip side, too much junk food or sleep might feel good, but they're no good for you in the long run. Chasing constant pleasure is like running on a treadmill. You're not getting anywhere. The real obstacles to happiness? Denial and blame. You can't fix what you refuse to acknowledge. Ignoring your problems won't make them disappear. It'll just make you mentally weaker. Blaming others for your situation might feel good in the short term, but the truth is, you're the only one who can carry the burden. Here's the truth. Happiness isn't a final destination. It's a work in progress. Don't hope for a life without problems. There's no such thing. Instead, hope for a life full of good problems, says Manson. You solve a problem, you feel happy. Then bam, new problem. Repeat until the end. The trick is finding joy in solving problems because the problems will never ever stop coming. Now, if you're thinking, but I'm just average, relax. Most of us are. You can't be extraordinary at everything, and being average doesn't mean failure. Michael Phelps, the Olympic swimming legend with 28 medals, might not have shined in basketball or running. Why? Not because he lacked talent, but because he's human. He had to focus. His single-minded dedication to swimming made him a champ. And the truth is, no one can excel at everything. We all face limitations. You want to be extraordinary? Guess what? It's the grind, not the glory, that makes you great. If you can't embrace the struggle, you'll never reach the peak. The struggle is where you live most of your life, not at the top of the mountain. Here's the kicker. The ordinary moments are where life happens. Not at the top, not in the spotlight, but in the boring, everyday stuff. A heart-to-heart with a friend, a good book, a favorite meal. That's where life is. Stop chasing extraordinary and start enjoying the ordinary, because boring is beautiful after all.
We touched on a few chapters, but there's much more to know. Read the complete book to let the wisdom flow. Turn pages, chase dreams, erase every doubt. Until next time, a bookster signing out.